Hey guys, it's Roy's son here. I just got level 50 on my stone arrow yesterday. I think it was a Monday, and that's a day before the free-to-players came out. I just wanted to go over 10 really good tips for leveling in this game. Some you guys might already know, but some I think if I knew about them before I leveled, it would help me so much more. So just starting off with number one, it's to pick your class really carefully. Like, don't just go the coolest, most damage build you can go. Like you want to go, say you're going an archer, for example. You want to pick archer, shadow play, which is just really complements archer. Unless you're in a big group, I wouldn't suggest like a big healer support role. You can probably put in like a healing uh, class, like just one, but I would focus on damage and tank. And I mean, you'll have a lot of food and potions to keep your regen up. I wouldn't suggest leveling as a healer. That's the only thing I wouldn't suggest in terms of classes. Um, you can even put tank in one of your DPS roles, and it still works really well. Tanks actually do a lot of damage in this game, from what I've seen. Two is not to be afraid while you're questing to skip a quest or skip a few or just skip to the next questing area. Like if there's a bunch of people questing in the area and you can't tag mobs easily or you can't like get the quest item and there's like a huge line, like just trust me, go to the next zone. I feel like there's going to be a huge rush of people. So your main goal as soon as you get into the game, just get out of there. Like get every quest item, underachieve the quest if you can. Make sure to do your green ones. Those are pretty important. And also, the main reason I say is stick to questing is every other good farming spot to get like the other ways of getting XP that they claim. It's all like there's gold farmers everywhere. There's people just sitting on top of farming spots, just walking around and farming. So don't try and compete with them. Just quest, get to 50, and get your gear. But as you quest, like make sure you pick up, those plants, those bamboo, whatever the trees, if you can. And then every iron ore that you see, make sure you get. And sometimes the second one spawns and it's like a silver or a bronze or even gold sometimes. And then you want to save all those materials for level like 45. I'll tell you about that later. For what you guys are going to be using all those materials for. Oh, tip number 3 is actually talking about the mount. I think it's like level 8 or 9. When you do that mount quest, as soon as you get the mount, actually, you have a skill on the mount, and you want to use that sprint as much as you can. And then also, as you're killing mobs, make sure you have the mount out. It actually kind of follows you around as a pet when you're not riding it too. So make sure you have it out when you're killing guys. It'll level up, and it'll also level up when you ride it around. Tip number 5. Don't worry about your exact talent, like what skills you put points into you, because at level 50 you can reset the whole tree for like 1 gold, and you'll have like 100 gold at least. So don't worry about what points you're putting into. Just make sure you have the best leveling build. Grab a stun, grab lots of combos, and some mana regen if you can. Alright, tip 6. This is kind of minor, but save your potions and your food for later on. Like the level 5 whatever potions you can use as you're leveling when you need them. But you definitely want to save the higher level food. At level 40, it's a really crucial point. I mean, maybe some classes have mana regen more than others, but as an archer stone arrow, like level 40, I almost gave up. Like I had the solo level, so I kill 2 mobs, I'm I wait like a whole minute because I just have to wait and watch my mana go up slowly, and it was the worst experience ever. So save all your food, all your soup, whatever it is, for later levels, like 40 plus. And you can check the auction house. I think it'll actually be cheaper once you guys start playing the free-to-players. Like all the food and all that stuff. Alright, number 6. You want to save your labor points. And in terms of the little coin purse bags you guys get as you level and pick it up from mobs, you can use the 1-2 labor bags you get. But after that, you want to start saving them. And just like the materials, we're saving all of these for like level 45. And we're going to put all these mats together. We're going to open all these bags. But we're going to do it with a potion that doubles the XP. And you can get them on the auction house. You don't have to pay anything. So, at first, when I first started playing, I thought, wow, this shop is dumb. Like, someone can buy like labor, archeum, all these good things that you need to craft later on. But I went to the auction house, and I didn't realize they weren't like soulbound potions. The people that bought these potions like went to the auction house and sold them for like 5 gold, which is pretty cheap. So yeah, if you have doubts about pay to win, it's far from it. You can pay a lot of money, but it'll just give you a kind of like convenience. And then just a tip on plants, trees, and what else? I think that's it. Plants, trees, and other stuff. Like anything that you mouse over. Like if you see on my screen over here, I mouse over this thing, the cogwheel comes up. As you're leveling, you want to, like if you have the chance, cogwheel over. Like if you think this tree is, you can go farm it. Like mouse over, and if there's no cogwheel thing like this mailbox over here, then you can't farm it. But so say you find a tree that has a cogwheel over it, and you can actually go cut it down. Make sure it doesn't have a timer, like 14 hours left, and that like when you pick it up, it'll say confirm to uproot, and you don't want to uproot. It won't give you anything. You'll just kill the plant, and you'll use labor, I think. And the second thing is if it has a person's name on it, that means they planted that, and if you pick it up, you can actually go to jail for that. Okay, so number 7, overachieving quests. You don't really want to care about this too much at a low level. So only overachieve like smaller quests, like if the picking up plants too, you can overachieve those, and it's super easy. So try and do that as much as you can, but you want to do it at a higher level. You don't care about it at like level 20. And that also lets you have more quests at 50. So say you want to go level up like archery, and you've been playing like a mage when you're leveling up to 50. You can just go find those quests, and you can level up like actually 3 new talent trees if you want, really quickly too. Alright. Okay, number 9. This is pretty big. Every about 10 levels, they give you sets of gear and items, and they kind of give you it in increments, like 3 at a time. So they'll give you, I think it's like shoulder, arms, legs one time, and then boots, belt, chest, or something. And the 3 types of gear are cloth, leather, plate. And it's pretty easy to remember. It's just cloth has low physical resistance, leather has medium, both, and then plate has high physical resistance and low magical resistance. And then cloth has high magical resistance too, I forgot to say. But yeah, so you always, if you see that quest, you always want to do it first. Like, the gear upgrades in this game are crazy, and you want to make sure that, especially at level 40, you want to make sure that you get the right weapon for what you want to be doing at 50, because there's not going to be like, oh, I'm level 50, I get this new weapon. You get your level 50 weapon at around 40, or I think it's like 48. So just make sure, like, if you're picking a bow, like, make sure you're going to be mostly playing a bow at 50 before you get other gear. And also, I just want to go over which classes use which armor usually. So warriors, I mean, this is pretty standard if you know MMOs. Warriors use plate, and they can dual wield one-handers. They can use two-handers. Archers use leather. They can use one-hand shield, which is really strong. Like it's crazy strong how one-hand shield is on an archer. They can also dual weld one-handers or use a two-hander. And then mage type classes use cloth armor and staff. And I'm not sure what else they do. And then just a closing tip. So remember when I said you're saving all these like bags and all these crafting things. So you get them all together, and if you don't have a lot at level 45, go find a good spot to farm. I'll be doing another video about farming spots later on too, or you can probably find one online on YouTube or something. Like go farm a lot of iron, let's say. I think that's the best, easiest thing to farm is just a bunch of ore. You get like 300. You don't need 300, but you just want a lot of stuff to craft, bags to open. And then you'll go to the auction house. You type in Vocation. I think that'll find it. Oh, so type in Vocation Tonic. I'll put it in the description how to spell it. And these go for like 7 gold right now. And they probably cost in real money like $3 to $4 to actually buy them on the this market thing right here. See? Vocation Tonic. And then the workers' compensation too, you can also buy on the auction house. So before I knew that, I thought it was like, wow, that pay to win bastard. Okay, so yeah, you'll get that potion and you just craft. Like you go to a crafting station in a town, you find the smelter if you have a lot of ore, and just shift right click all your bags, open them all up, and that's what you're saving the labor for. Like that, you want 3,000 or something labor when you do this. And as you level, like, I'm not sure when I started to get a lot of gold, but if you're level like 20 or 30 and you have like 30 gold, go buy a labor potion if it's about 5 gold. And you want to pop that right away because it's a 12-hour cooldown. So you pop that at like 30, you pop another one at 40 if you have the money, and then at like 45 or 48, when we're going to do this double XP crafting thing, you'll have more than enough labor. So I think that wraps it up for now. I'm sorry if it was kind of like ill-prepared video. I just realized free-to-play comes out this morning in like 7 hours, and I wanted to get a video out there for people that maybe weren't good at MMOs or were new to them, or just didn't know anything about ArcheAge, because 3 days ago I just found out about ArcheAge. I bought a founder pack, the $50 one. It was pretty much worth it. And I learned so much stuff at level 50 that I should have done while leveling. And you could just be a few steps ahead of other people, that's all. And let's see, I'll leave a few things in the description, like the names of these potions, and my Twitch channel. I'm not a big streamer, but I stream. I mean, I don't have a lot of viewers, but I stream all the time. So hop in, ask me a question, and I'll get back to you right away. Thank you so much for watching, guys. And I'm out. I gotta go farm some mats for my new bow, and I'll see you guys in the arena.